Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host Chris, or CDB, and I hope you're doing very well today. Today we have a great one for you, I think. We're going to be using Holy Cow Pompelmo, which is a really nice, to my nose, sort of grapefruit smelling, terrific scent strength. I'd call it probably 6, somewhere around 6.5. Beautiful citrusy grapefruit scent, not too sweet. Comes off smelling quite natural. Let me show you the ingredients right there. This is a fairly expensive soap, so it does have your super blue emu and unicorn milk and all that, as you can see in the ingredients. The cost for this one is $21.99 for 4 ounces, or $5.49 an ounce. But I will say, this is one of those cases where I love the scent so much that I'm very happy with this purchase. As I've mentioned before, and we'll go ahead and get started so we won't waste a lot of time. If I get a scent that I really love, and it's sort of unique to the company, which this one is, I don't mind paying more. But just for the soap itself, I won't do it. It's just not, for me, not really worth it. But again, that's just 100% just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. A lot of people ask what this is when I use it. This is the Razor Rock Lime pre-shave cube, which I'm trying to extinguish, and it does not want to let go. So I've used, well over half of it, but it seems like these things last forever. So if you want to use pre-shaves and you find them beneficial, the cubes, like the PAA cube, which will be up next, and these, like Razor Rock, they last a long time. So for, $6-7, it is well worth it. If you want to use a pre-shave and you think you benefit from it, definitely, nice value. I cannot validate how much it helps or not. I forgot to talk about the razor today, didn't I? I'm going to be using the Karve, as Justin, the Red Island shaver, calls it. And I say that with love. Justin, this has the E-plate, really, really nice shaver, paired with the feather blade, which I don't know if I've used with this razor before, so we'll check that pairing today and see how it goes. For me, sometimes feather comes off feeling a little rough. Let's get a little more hydrating going there. The sharpness doesn't bother me, but sometimes for me, they come off feeling a little bit rough, and that's always been my thing with feathers. I don't worry whatsoever about the sharpness, but sometimes they just feel a little rough for that first shave. Now, the feathers that I've used with the Edwin Jagger 316 felt spectacularly smooth in that razor. So we're hoping to get a similarly smooth experience in the Karve, but I already know the Karve is a very good shaver. With the E-plate, I really like it. It feels smooth, and a lot of people find it aggressive, but still there's not a lot of blade feel, for me. I think they do a very good job at Karve minimizing that blade feel to where it doesn't feel overly aggressive, or at least that's the way I feel about it. Even with this E-plate, it doesn't feel threatening to me. Your mileage may vary, as we like to say. I want to mention a couple of gents that I talked to for a couple of hours last night. Melly Mel and Nate, 2 awesome guys. I'll put their logo for their Instagram live right there. Very, very positive. I've known them for quite some time, number of years, at least 5, I would say, if not more. Very, very nice guys. Talked to them on a 3-way video last night, just shooting the breeze about bourbon and shaving, and really nice. So if you get a chance, go check them out at their bbs.live on Instagram. That's where they do most of their content creation. And I like those 2 guys, and I do recommend that if you're on Instagram, you go check them out. Very, very nice gents. Very, very positive. Melly Mel also has a channel, which I will link below, and go give Mel a sub if you would. And I think you'll find that you won't find any more positive guys. Like, they don't dwell on anything negative. They're not interested in arguing with people, or, they just enjoy shaving and the community in general. And I think if you watch them, their energy is rather infectious. Again, Melly Mel and Nate, bbs.live on Instagram. I'll try to link all of that for you below. If you do follow them, tell them CDB sent you. If you've never seen them before, give them a shot. Really high energy, really good dudes. And guys that I'm, happy to call friends that I've known for quite some time. But last night was the first time I talked to them at any length. We've talked many, many times over the years about shaving gear on Messenger and so on. But it was really nice to talk to each of them. So Mel and Nature Boy, Nate, great to talk to both of you. So let's talk a little bit about the shave here. This Karve E plate with the feather feels great, really smooth. I don't know if I've just ran into a batch of feathers that just are way smoother, but typically they come off feeling quite rough for me. But boy, this combo today just feels fantastic. It does not feel menacing. I can feel a little blade in this razor, but it's nothing for me that's the least bit off-putting. It's feeling quite good. And the soap performance, I think most people agree that Holy Cow is a good performing soap. I don't think there's any question about that. I do hear some people complaining about the scents, that they feel they're similar or they don't like them. This one, I think it's worth buying, the Pompelmo for me. Now, I will admit, at the price, of north of $5 an ounce, it's not a brand that I will take a flyer on. Like, I won't risk on soaps that I won't think, just that I'm not sure about the scent. I really have to have a lock to purchase Holy Cow. But that's just the way I buy soaps. Like, I'm not going to take a flyer on expensive soaps. But in terms of performance, in terms of the scent on this one, it is perfect for me. I'm very happy with the purchase. So I'm not one of those guys that just sneers my nose up at every expensive thing. It is whether I feel like I'm satisfied with spending more. That, for me, that's what it's about. If I spend more and I'm happy with it, that's great. But if I spend more and I miss, I'm very disappointed. Because the reason is, I can go somewhere like Stirling and many other places, Central Texas, and pick up something that I know I'll like for half the price, scent-wise. And so, for me, scent is really, really important in a soap. And if I don't like the scent, I don't care how good it performs, I'm not interested. So scent for me is almost number one. Now, granted, the soap quality can't be bad, but scent is up there near the top in what I'm looking for a soap. So there's a gent named Antonio that watches the videos, and he put scent number one, and then later in his order, performance and so on. Scent, latherability, performance in terms of slickness. So scent, slickness, latherability. Later down the line for me is post. I don't really care about post at all. So long as it doesn't irritate me, as I've been mentioning in the recent videos, my skin has this really weird ability to sort of regenerate itself or retool to where, like 1 hour from now, it doesn't matter how much Super Blue, Emu, and Unicorn Milk, my skin will resort or default, let's say, back to a basic sort of level, the way it stays all the time. And so it almost doesn't matter what I use. Every now and then, I'll notice the difference, but by and large, my skin just sort of resets itself by itself. It just does it. It's just the way my body works. And so for me, there's just absolutely no reason to spend more unless the scent is something that I love. And so, for example, I used in a head shave, which will be aired later, a sample Chris Garcia sent me of a Declaration Bandwagon, and he doesn't make that anymore. And I'm like, man, I want to buy that because the scent was fantastic. But I don't take flyers on things that I'm not sure about at those prices. And so sometimes you miss out. But so if anybody has a Declaration Bandwagon that they want to sell me, please email me at cdb@imcdb.com. I do want that soap. I did find an aftershave and bought it. But man, is that a good barbershop scent. I don't know why he quit making it, because it's terrific in my opinion. Okay, enough fooling around with the lathering here. That is plenty good enough. Let's wet the Karve a little bit here, and we'll get to work. I forgot to use my left hand there. I tell you what, whatever your habits are is what they are. So, for example, I'm so used to using, when I have a safety razor, my right hand, that automatically on that first pass, I use my right, even though I would like to use my left. And so if you practice something badly, you will do it badly. So try to do things, it's, you know, the old adage, practice makes perfect. Wrong. Perfect practice makes perfect. So in other words, if you do it right, all the time you'll do it right. But if you practice badly, doing it wrong, improper technique, so on and so forth, you'll do it badly. So it's very important to try to do things. Repetition really for me is just, that's how I learn, just doing it over and over and over. And so using this left hand is very awkward with me with a safety razor. I'm feeling more and more comfortable with a straight, but with a safety razor it feels odd. But I want to try to remember to use my left hand as much as I can with safety razors, just so I can build on that dexterity and try to pick up things with my left hand. And I'm just trying to become, by brute force, more ambidextrous. And it's not an easy thing to do, but I'm trying to do it. And so feels very awkward with me using this left hand for a safety razor, but we're just going to try to keep plugging with it until I get better each time and hopefully develop more dexterity. And so when I remember to do it, I do it, but you have to remember, that's the key for me with forming new habits. Do it the right way and keep doing it over and over and over. And I think you can realize some really good results, or affect some really good change, you know, just by continually doing things a certain way. All right. Boy, this soap is really fantastic. Fantastic slickness. Smells just excellent. Like I said, I'm not one of those people that just automatically go, ooh, it's, you know, you're using premium gear and I like, you know, look at you skeptically. It's not that at all. It's about loving, you know, do I love it? If I love it, I'm happy. If I don't, I don't. So I haven't seen it yet, but the Stallion was telling me about, and David Gonzalez, about the Chief's new razor and his excitement. So I got to watch that. One of the things I want to mention to all of you who are making videos, I'm going to fall behind because I'm going to, you know, I'm going on vacation. So today, by the time this airs, I'll already be traveling towards my destination, which is the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And so I'm going to miss a lot of your videos over the next week. So please don't take any offense. I won't have as much time, most likely. I have recorded some stuff to post during the time I'm out, and maybe I'll get to make some. I don't know, it depends on the weather. As I mentioned yesterday, if the weather is great, I won't be around as much. If the weather's not great, then I will be around a little bit more. But I probably won't have a ton of time to watch content, so please don't be put off, and I hope you'll still stop by and check out the videos, because I always do my best to make the type of video that I would like to watch, you know. And I like to hear what people have to say. I'm interested in what's going on in their life. Obviously, I'm interested in the products and how they feel about the products. I'm interested in their techniques and just what they feel or what they think about, you know, how they do certain things. And so I tend to talk about things that I would like to hear about. And so anyway, so the quality of this soap, and I can tell you right now, I don't care what your lather looks like. As long as you have a thin sheen with this, it's slick. And for me, what I have learned recently with straight razors is slick is really king, above everything else. That's what I've learned. And so as long as I have a thin, slick lather, which this is, it will work just fine. You also need some hydration, which is, like I said, I always talk about it's my Achilles heel. So let's see if we can start with the left this time, which is odd for me, but we'll do it. All right. So I got to watch that video with the Chief's new razor. One of the things I want to say about customs is I love the way they look, but I'm not sure for me that they would be practical to shave with. That is to say, they look cumbersome. So big, or they have these giant spikes on them, and I'm like, that's something I would like to have in a display case, perhaps. But I don't know if I'd like to shave with it. But then again, I'm new to straight razors, so, you know, you have to take that into consideration. But for me, like the next razor that I really want above a custom is like a Wade & Butcher barber's notch in good condition. I don't really care about the vintage. I just like Wade & Butcher. I mean, they catch my eye, and I do like the fact that they're vintage. And for me, that makes a lot of difference. By the way, hair grows all the way up to here. That's why I'm shaving there. It's not just to be going over it for no reason. It actually grows up there. All right. We're doing okay with the left hand. It doesn't feel phenomenal, but it feels good. I will say the Karve for me here with this feather is a really good pairing. It almost, I mean, it almost seems as if maybe I had I don't know, maybe I hit a good batch of feather, because this one is completely smooth on shave number 1. And a lot of times when I get them, they're not. And so I don't know what to attribute that to, you know. But this one, really smooth and nice. And the residual slickness on this soap, you see how the Karve just glides. I want to mention something about matte finishes too. I do not discern any difference at all between a matte finish and a chrome finish. A lot of people don't like matte and they want it super high polished. I don't feel any drag whatsoever. If you have a slick soap, in my opinion, doesn't make any difference. Now, if your experience is that you feel drag, I believe you, but I don't. This thing is just gliding along. As long as there's moisture, it's gliding. And this, you know, this is not bothering me at all. It just feels terrific. Okay, that was awesome. Let me rinse and we'll come back and get into post. Stay tuned. And all right, we're back with our Lancaster towel, which feels phenomenal on the skin, as always. Terrific. Oh, that feels nice. Okay, let's set that aside and we'll talk a little bit about what we use. But first, I'm going to try to get through the rest of this Humphreys, the last little bit of it. We might have to open the bottle. And we're going to get back to our beloved Thayer's, which I've been waiting for. Magic, because it's made by witches. Okay, let's go ahead and kill the rest of this good stuff. I don't mind the Humphreys, but to me, it's just a scent. It's a little medicinal, and this one was supposed to be cucumber melon, and it didn't smell anything like cucumber melon, so that's the end of that. We'll just use that for maybe a dome shave, you know, hit the dome with it one last time, and then we'll be on to our Thayer's. So today we used the Holy Cow Pompelmo. If you like citrus or a natural sort of grapefruit, this is outstanding. In my view, it's worth the money. It's one of those that I don't mind paying more for because I love the scent. We used the West Coast Shaving Beacon Synthetic, which was very nice. We used the amazing Karve with feather on the E-plate, which super smooth, silky shave. And we're going to finish off with an aftershave that I absolutely love. The Stirling Satsuma. I'm telling you right now, if you like citrus, tangerine, get this. You will not regret it. It is well priced. It smells fantastic. It's got a good restrictor on it. You know, it's Stirling. It's well priced. By the way, I will have an artisan spotlight coming up this coming week on Stirling, where I'll talk about a lot of products that I have and how I feel about Stirling as a company. I'm going to be doing vendor and artisan spotlight, so it'll be first to kick off that series. That's coming later this week. And I have some other stuff prepared for you as well. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining. Remember, I won't be around as much this coming week, so if I don't get to your videos, please don't take offense. I'm probably just busy, but don't worry. I'll be back watching them and supporting you the way I do as soon as possible. Till next time, I want to remind you, it's your shave, do it your way, and God bless.